Hi friends, my Japan adventure continues. I'm now leaving Osaka and headed to the beautiful city of Kyoto. And you can tell here in a second that I'm definitely fresh from Osaka because I have my headband on from Universal Studios. I don't want it to get smushed in my luggage. At this point, I've been in Japan for about a week. I've done so much walking, so much exploring, and honestly, I'm very tired. Very tired. My body hurts, my feet have been aching for days, so be prepared for a shorter video today as I take you through the highlights. We can't check into our Airbnb just yet, so we left our bags with the front desk and decided to just get lost in the Kyoto streets. I'm sure this doesn't come as a surprise, but I want to try a bowl of ramen here. It's super hot outside, so this is an interesting choice, but the more kinds of ramen I can try around this country, the better. This ramen is so cheap, I forget which bowl I got exactly, but this is less than $5 and it is incredibly hot, temperature-wise. It'll take a while before I can even take a real bite of this. And the staff is so friendly and welcoming here, they even brought out a map for us to put what part of the world we traveled from. One of the main draws to Kyoto for me is all the dessert experiences I could have. I have been wanting to try this place called Rokujuan. I had no idea that this place is so stunning. Once I walk through the entrance, I don't even feel like I'm in the streets of Kyoto anymore. I feel transported. Be sure to have socks on because you do take your shoes off here. An employee gave us a tour of the building before taking us to our dining room. I'm learning that this place is over 100 years old and has all sort of Zen garden elements. We weren't expecting a tour, and it's making this visit feel so special. And check out this dining room. It has tatami mat flooring and cushions for you to sit on. Another couple also dined in this room at some point while we were in here, but for the most part of this visit, this room was empty except for us, and it's so relaxing in here. I'm having a cup of matcha, and we're sharing 2 orders of this warabi mochi, which is like jelly mochi. The kind here have edible flowers in them, and what you do is take your jelly mochi, dip it in the homemade brown sugar syrup, and then dip that into this fine powder soybean flour. It's lightly sweet, a great texture, good flavor, and we could spend time in the garden after our meal. So this is seriously one of the most memorable dining experiences of my life. Now we're just roaming the streets, which is one of the best ways to spend time in any city in Japan. We're checking out different religious sites and learning about the prayer rituals of different faiths. We're admiring the architecture and urban design of Kyoto and just being in the moment. Also making a stop at another dessert place I've really been wanting to try. They make warabi mochi here too. I hope I'm saying that right. But y'all, this place just isn't for me. I'm finding the mochi to be very difficult to eat and to chew here. I feel like I'm chewing forever, and this just feels like a lot of work. So maybe ice cream or something else would be a better pick for me next time. It's later in the afternoon now, and our Airbnb is ready. As you can see, they've already placed our stuff inside. I need a second to take off my shoes so I can show you the accommodations. This is basically an apartment. I just walked past the washing machine there on the right. We have a little kitchen, and then off to the side, we have the bathroom. You already know it has a bidet in there. And off to the left right here is the shower/tub, which also doubles as the drying room for your clothes. So you hang your wet clothes up in there, close the door, and press a button on the outside that turns that whole space into a dryer. A few videos back, I showed that I packed carry-on only for this 2-week trip, and this Airbnb is our chance to do laundry. So here's the bedroom, which is also the living room. And aside from being able to do laundry, the best part might be that we have our own balcony. We can just step out and admire Kyoto, be in the midst of this residential area, and feel like a local. For dinner, we're trying a restaurant that's a short walk away. We're tired, and I don't think I have another train ride in me today, so we want something close by. This place is called Pizzeria Salutori, and it's absolutely delicious. Like, we thought we could just split a pizza and be fine, but then we tasted how good this stuff is, and we ended up ordering a whole new pizza. And that's how we're ending Kyoto Night 1. Rise and shine. It is a beautiful sunny hot day in Kyoto, Japan, and today is all about the main event, and that is visiting the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is known for its thousands of orange torii gates, and it has a path to get to Mount Inari. But before I can take off and try to climb a mountain today, I have got to get some breakfast, a real sit-down breakfast. So we're at our closest train station, so we can head to Vermilion Cafe, which is pretty close to the shrine. It's right across from this, which just sets the tone for the day we're expecting to have. It's so cute in this restaurant too. Like, we're having lattes and an orange chocolate muffin. We're having a very English breakfast-based breakfast, poached eggs on toast, beans, breakfast meats. It's good, and it's just the kind of thing I was looking forward to having in my stomach before trying to see the mountain. Here we are near Fushimi Inari Shrine back there. This place is popular. We can already tell there will be some crowds to work with here, but that's expected. This place is something I suggest coming to see for yourself if you ever make it to Kyoto. But if that's not possible, I hope this video can do it justice for you because it really is magnificent here. We're seeing the visitors cleanse their hands before going up to pray. We're learning more about the customs of praying at a Shinto shrine, and we're also like, let's see what going through these orange gates is all about. Now, I've researched a lot about Japan before this trip, but this particular hiking part, not so much. I didn't understand how much of a walk this really is. It is 12,000 steps upward to climb this mountain, which makes sense because there are thousands of gates along the way, so of course there would be a lot of steps, but I must have been thinking this would be super easy before I got here. First of all, it's really busy and crowded toward the beginning of the path, and the more you walk, the more the crowd does start to thin out, probably because a lot of people are over it and they're like, I'm not walking up 12,000 steps today. At this point though, I don't know how many steps it really is. All I know is I want to see every orange gate I can, so I am hiking this mountain. We're also thinking, okay, but maybe there's another way to go about this though, a less crowded way. So we're going off the path to do a more chill hiking route real quick. There are less people this way, and it is still very pretty over here. It's giving us a chance to hear each other a little better and to eventually be around all the bamboo. I really feel like we have had the perfect itinerary so far. We hit Tokyo first, then we did Osaka. Obviously now we're in Kyoto. We're gonna do Tokyo after Kyoto, but just the hustle and bustle of Tokyo, the city life of that and Osaka, back to back, and then coming to Kyoto in the middle of it all. It's like such a break from the hustle and bustle. Walking the streets of Kyoto is so relaxing. The vibes are just different here to where it's just such a nice change of pace. And honestly, I would recommend this kind of format for your trip. And I love that we did it this way. We don't want to keep missing out on the orange gates though, so we went back to that path. You know, I'm all about following my curiosity. Even if it leads to a detour and I end up wanting to go back to where I came from, at least I got the opportunity to see some beautiful things like that bamboo forest. One thing I will say, this hike is a lot. Like, it's doing a lot to your body, your feet, your legs. This is hard for me, probably because I'm already tired from a lot of exploring. I do wonder how I would feel and how quickly I'd get through this if this were the first thing I did after landing in Japan. There are places to rest every now and then along the way, there are places to buy souvenirs, and there are vending machines along the way to hydrate too. But still, look at me, knee brace on, struggling, limping, hobbling almost. But we did it, and it is a very accomplished feeling. I just hiked a mountain in Kyoto, Japan. Now that we're back to the more city feel of Kyoto and have just climbed a mountain, we deserve to treat ourselves. I hear about Matcha House all the time, this dessert cafe, so I wanted to give it a try. This place is absolutely incredible and worth the visit. I have a matcha parfait, which is layered with matcha ice cream, rice treats, red bean stuff. I don't know what all is in here, but it's very good and I wish I had this at home. Seth has some sort of latte and roasted green tea tiramisu. I also have the matcha tiramisu, and when I am telling y'all, this is one of the most outstanding desserts I've eaten in my life. It is so creamy, not too sweet, just how I like it. It has a great flavor. I love it. Right now though, I'm having a problem. It's been way too much caffeine lately and not enough real food, so I'm not feeling the best. I don't like to consume a lot of caffeine. So we wanted to wander through this district in Kyoto to see what kind of street foods we could have, but it's pretty much dead here. There aren't a lot of options, so I'm going with beef on a stick.
This is good.
That's it for Kyoto Day 2, and that's how we spent our time in Kyoto. I can't wait to visit again and spend more time here. Next up is finishing up the trip in Tokyo.